Tonight in Arkansas, there's a mother tucking in her daughter and turning off the light. A business owner's burning the midnight oil. An at-home dinner date is plating up possibility. And it's all happening under one roof. How? The power of a conversation, like the one John from Integrity Solutions had with First Horizon Bank about his vision for a sustainable mixed-use building. Now it's not just words, it's life. First Horizon Bank. Let's find a way. Go to firsthorizon.com/John. First Horizon Bank, member FDIC.
Did you miss your deadline to renew your Medicaid coverage? You can still send your completed annual review form to Healthy Connections Medicaid. You may be assigned to another health plan, but you can ask to come back to First Choice within 60 days of renewed Medicaid eligibility. It's your family. It's your choice. First Choice is the right choice. Renew and choose us. Visit selecthealthofsc.com/renew to learn more.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Kickers. Today on SB Fantasy Football.
I love kickers.
Hashtag more kickers. And welcome to the SB Fantasy Football Podcast with your pals Alan and Rapid Dave. I'm Alan.
I'm Rapid Dave.
How you doing, buddy?
Oh, it's kicker week.
Oh, buddy. It's like your Shark Week.
It really is.
You know, you absolutely love kickers. I don't know anybody who loves kickers more than you do.
Yeah. I mean, they score a ton of points. They're underappreciated. Give me
They
some
get paid
kickers.
more than running backs.
Yeah.
That's just science.
Yeah, that's tough. That's a tough
It's
one, pal.
it's a tough life.
That's a tough one,
So
pal.
tough. But here we are.
We're just doing top 10 today, right?
Yeah, just top 10.
Okay.
Top 10 fantasy football kickers.
Uh-huh.
Let's get into it.
All right.
Who's your number 10?
Oh, number 10, I'm going with Brandick McManus out of Jacksonville.
The Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, I mean, he did great things in Denver. You know, the guy's got a leg, and with that offense...
But he's not kicking in Denver anymore.
Well, but
which
I'm
is
saying...
definitely an advantage.
Yeah, I would say that, he could be top 5 if he gets a hold of it this year. Like, that offense power, it's just going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, number 10, I don't know who the kicker's going to be.
So you're just picking a guy?
I'm picking a team.
It's the Detroit Lions.
The Detroit Lions kicker. And it's going to be one of two guys.
Okay.
It's either going to be Riley Patterson,
Okay.
which was the number 12 kicker last year.
He's
For the Jags.
Yeah, ranked 21st this year. Cool. Go ahead.
Which Detroit. Well, here's my thing with it. Detroit's going to have a high-powered offense.
We don't need to spend a lot of time on this.
So, or Parker Romo, who was the number 1 kicker in the XFL last year.
Is that Tony Romo's cousin?
It is not. He had no relation to Tony Romo. If he was related to him, I'd distance.
Oh, yeah, right.
But
Who do you got for number 9?
number 9, I got Jason Sanders of the Miami Dolphins.
All right.
It's just, and a lot of that's just going to depend on is Tua playing, because that offense is going to operate.
I mean, I think if Tua's playing, then he's definitely moved up. I have him higher, obviously. For number 9, I have Jason Myers out of Seattle. And Myers, not a great year last year, obviously. And the same thing with Sanders.
He was the number 3 kicker last year.
Oh, Jesus. Hold on. I'm looking at somebody else. He's number 3 last year. He scored 183 points for you. You're talking, the crazy thing about it was, I even had him on my roster for, I think, half the season. He was only rostered 53% of the time. He made 9 field goals, 20 to 29 yards, 15, 30 to 39, which is, you make a ton of points off that. But he made 6 50-plus. And that counts more for a lot of different leagues and whatnot. So give me those numbers.
Seattle's always big with kickers.
Yeah. And they get you close enough. If they don't score a lot of touchdowns, they certainly get you close enough. Geno Smith helped out that offense quite a bit last year. Just had the season of his life.
He did, which I don't expect him to duplicate. But number 8.
Jake Elliott, Philadelphia.
Ooh, you got him pretty low.
Well, what are you going to do?
I mean, but saying that, he wasn't in the top 12 last year.
Yeah,
right?
He's not even found last year.
I think he missed some time last year with injury.
Yeah.
So you got to factor that in there. But
I think he's on his way up, and these rankings can change, obviously, in the next 4 weeks. We're actually a week away from football. When you see this, we're less than a week. This will be Friday morning, and Hall of Fame game is the week, the following Thursday.
Yeah? Oh,
buddy, it's so close. I can feel it. What do you got? I got number 7, Jason.
No, whoa. Can I get my 8?
I thought you already did your 8. Sorry, go ahead.
I got Dicker the kicker.
No!
Cameron Dicker from the Chargers. Came in late last year. He didn't play all year last year.
Right.
I'm expecting that Chargers offense to be high-powered, and you're with your kickers, you're looking for high-powered offenses or offenses that are going to get you down there but not quite finish.
Exactly.
I do definitely expect them to finish, but
that's pretty high for him, I think.
okay.
I really do. Number 7 for you?
Number 7, I've got Jason Myers with the Seahawks.
Okay, little flip-flop there. That's fine. Yeah, I got Jason Sanders. I put him at 7.
Okay.
You had him a little bit lower. I
had him at 9, and I think you had Jason Myers at 9, right?
I did. Yep.
So we just flipped our Jasons.
Yeah. Like I said, I think Miami's got too good of an offense. Now, can he be top 5? Yes, he can. But it all depends on if Tua is going to be healthy. That's all up in the air. And I would just like to say, like, these tier 2, tier 3 guys, I'm not extending to go get them. We'll talk about some guys later that we're going to go after and extend on.
Okay.
Number 6, I got Young Ho Koo. You got him? There you go.
You were very limp with your hand there. Like, there you go.
So,
Thank you.
Koo's one of my favorite. I usually have him on my roster, to be honest with you, because you get pretty good value out of him. You're talking the number 6 kicker this year. He was number 6, I think, last year, too.
He was number 6 last year.
Number 6, 173 points. Atlanta's not really changing anything up this year. They got a better running back, I think. But you're talking about a guy that missed 2 field goals. Right? I mean, or was that extra points? I think it might be extra points. But he made 7 from 50 plus. They play in a dome, made 9 from 40 plus. I mean, the guy's a legend. I'm definitely on board with him, and he's a great kicker.
Yeah, I love Young Ho. What can I say? Number 5, that's where I've got Elliott.
Okay.
That's where I have him slotted.
I think that's definitely his. I think that's his ceiling. All right, well, close to his ceiling. That's very close to it. I mean, he could be top 3. I might be willing to say top 3 by the end of the season, because he definitely has it in him, and he's on a high-powered offense.
It's strictly based off he's on a very high-powered offense, a lot of extra points, but he's also gonna have his fair share of field goals too. So
right, Daniel Carlson out of Las Vegas for me. I don't even like him being there, because I think a lot of this is based off more of what he did last year, and he finished number 2, 186. He was 1 point behind the legend, the myth, the God King himself, Justin Tucker.
It's highly overrated.
You know what I mean?
Justin Tucker.
So I'm just going to say that. But I don't think he's going to repeat. He's not going to finish top. He's not going to finish 1 or 2. He's going to finish a little bit lower.
Yeah, I actually don't have him in my top 10. And it's strictly just because I just
don't know who the quarterback is.
Well, no, Jimmy G's clear. He's passed his physical.
He finally did. Now Josh Jacobs is holding out.
Jacobs is holding. Jacobs is like, he left Vegas.
He left on the plane and goes, don't know when I'm coming back. I was like,
that's the crazy thing. Like, he left Vegas. Like, I could see like holding out, but just staying in Vegas because it's Vegas.
Yeah.
He was like, no, I'm going to like Omaha, Nebraska or something. I don't know where he went.
I'd roll up to Reno or maybe the Bunny Ranch for a weekend or 2.
He just straight up left Vegas. I don't think the Raiders are going to be as good this year as they were last year. I don't trust Jimmy G.
I actually talked about it on the stream today. I said Raiders finished last in their division.
Yeah, probably.
Because I was like, I think Russ is going to cook a little bit this year.
Yeah.
You got the Chargers, you have the Chiefs. The Vegas Raiders are going to struggle to score.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
Number 4, was that your 4?
That was number 5.
Okay, who's your 4?
Number 4 is Harrison Butker out of Kansas City.
I've got Tyler Bass at number 4.
Okay,
from the Bills of Buffalo.
the Bills of Buffalo.
The Buffalo Football Bills.
You know what? I just realized is that I'm not wearing the proper attire for such an occasion.
You don't have your Money McPherson jersey?
Damn it, I don't, and I hate it. I would run off, but we are recording. So,
yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, the guy's gonna score points. You're right. He's on one of the best teams in the league. You gotta give him his props. He's legendary, dude. He really is. But last year he had a couple rough spots, so I had to drop his ass a little bit. But 164 points.
And number 11 kicker. No, I'm sorry, not number 11. Number 10.
Yeah.
No, hold on.
9.
Yeah, number 9.
Yeah. So, but he should have actually done quite a bit more and had several more points.
You had Allen throw a lot of red zone interceptions last year,
Like a shit ton.
and I don't see that. I don't see him duplicating that this year.
Yeah.
I see him correcting that problem, but also part of that's going to be because of the tight end they drafted. I think that's definitely going to help them out.
I would also say like they're not going on 4th and goal or 4th and whatever so much in the red zone because they know that doomed them last year, and they know get those 3 points and let's move on.
Yep.
You know what I mean? There's no shame. Just kick the field goal. Just kick it, man.
And my number 3 is Butker.
Okay.
You hadn't had a chance to talk about him yet, but he's on like one of the number 1 offenses in the league.
Mm-hmm.
So,
He'll always be one of the top picks.
right?
Now, will he perform there? That's a whole nother story.
He missed some time last year, so he's not up towards the top, of your rankings.
Yeah, you got to scroll. Quite a bit.
You got actually, if you're looking on Yahoo, you got to go to page 2 on the top 25. But as long as he stays healthy, which I think last year was kind of a little bit of an anomaly with as much time as he missed.
Yeah. Because usually he's locked and
definitely
loaded.
be there. Yeah.
He's you're drafting this guy before the end of the draft. You know what I mean? So that was number 4. That was my number 4.
That was my number 3.
Number 3.
That was your number 4.
I got number 3 at Tyler Bass.
Okay.
Tyler
So we
Bass.
flipped 3 and 4.
Yeah, and just because he's high-powered offense, we can't say enough about Tyler Bass. I'll go, with the top 3 picks of this, possibly 4, I might go and draft. I'll pick them before we even get down because once someone breaks that kicker bubble, right? You pop the bubble with number 1, and then you got I kind of want the guy because he scores enough points to make a difference.
The thing with him, though, is he only had 2 field goals of 50-plus yards last year.
Yeah, that's an issue.
Now, he did have 10 of 40, between 40 and 49, which is right there,
Let's just say that ball's awfully cold up there in Buffalo.
Yeah.
That's the reason I don't have a number 2. I mean, other than that, he the previous years, he's been awesome. He's done great.
And I got to think we're in the same place with number 1 and number 2.
We have to.
Money McPherson at number 2. And at number 1, Justin Tucker.
That's my guy. I go for Tucker every single year, but I love
He
it.
barely beat out
well.
Carlson last year. Myers was right there behind him, 187. He had 9 at 50 plus. Carlson had 11 at 50 plus last year.
Yeah.
But I think last year was kind of a down year for Tucker because that offense wasn't that great last year without Lamar.
Absolutely.
And having Lamar there, I think is definitely going to help him out.
Yeah.
You're going to have more extra. He only had 31 extra points last year. Look for that number 2 increase. He missed 1 extra point last year.
And I think it does show a little bit for McPherson as well when you talk about him.
And
he's
Money,
rostered.
he missed some games last year.
He was rostered 94% of your leagues and things like that, but he missed some time, and then also just there was a lot of issues as far as they always have like the holder hurt his finger or something like that. That he's out of the game now. All of a sudden he's shanking balls left and right. So I think immediately back to the Pittsburgh game. They should have put that game away like 40 times before. Now, I don't have any worry about Justin Tucker. I think, obviously bringing in Lamar or signing Lamar, he's happy, he's healthy. If he plays the whole season, Justin Tucker's going to do what Justin Tucker does. And let's be honest, Justin Tucker usually runs away with the you're talking 200. Pardon me. I went to go look at 2021 just to be like, Justin Tucker's a legend. Daniel Carlson was number 1 in 2021.
Okay.
With 201 points. Nick Folk was out, man. Nick Folk was unstoppable.
I think Tucker missed a couple games 2 years ago. So.
And he was a $190. So the last couple of years, Justin Tucker's been sitting there at about 180, 190. But I'll tell you this, I have no regrets in going and getting him before anybody else decides to go grab him because I want that guy week in and week out, and I'm not dropping him on his bye week. I'd rather drop somebody else I got on my bench. I'm going to hold on to him for the entire season. I'm not going to play the whole lottery. But what do you think, so when we talk about all these guys.
So real quick.
Okay.
One thing that you do need to, with McPherson, depending on the league that you're in, if you're getting negative points for missed extra points, he was number 3 in the league last year with missed extra points, missing 4.
Oof, that's tough.
So Greg Joseph led the league last year at 6.
6, yeah.
Cairo Santos had 5, and then you had Joey Sly and McPherson at 4.
Yeah.
So that is something to kind of keep an eye on, but the positive outweighs the negative in this point.
Well,
right?
he's certainly not like a high-powered offense, and he's getting more years in the league, right? He's not a rookie. He's not, more years, more experience, more time, and I think he's gonna be the next super. He's gonna be the next Justin Tucker. I really do. I think he's just gonna be pumping them from 50 yards out whenever the team says, hey, man, you got this? He goes, oh, yeah. Slap that helmet on, run out there, and just pop it right through. But, here's the whole thing with kickers. As we just talked about, you have Justin Tucker at 187, Carlson at 186, Myers at 183, Maher 178. So all these guys are all bunched kind of up together. You're talking less than 20 points between 1 and 9 or 1 and 8. So I'm going to say something I don't generally agree with because I love going after my kicker. I love getting Justin Tuckerson. I love getting McPherson.
You joining me?
But I'm just going to stream one because it doesn't matter.
You don't even necessarily have to stream one because
Just get in the last round. Yeah.
Just take kicker as your last player.
Yeah, just take him as. Well, I take my kicker before my defense. I always do that. Yeah, I'm that guy because you could pick up Tyler Bass really seriously. He scored 164 points, 20 less points than Tucker. You spread that over the fantasy football season, which is I think 15 weeks now, depending on your league. It used to be 14, now it's 15.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I used to pay the premium for a kicker. But that was when Justin Tucker used to score seriously 20 points a week. But then Nick Folk stepped in a couple of years, 2 years ago, and he's scoring 20 points a week. You got Jason Myers there scoring crazy. It just it starts stacking up. Yeah, they'll have a bad week, but what can you do?
And let me go ahead and say this: at the time of releasing this kicker was not on the team, and depending on what team he signs with, because he will sign with the team, depends on where I would rank him at.
Okay,
and that's Robbie Gould. It is not on a team right now. San Francisco cut him. Last year, he was your number 14 kicker last year.
Injuries eats him up.
But depending on what team he signs with, I would put him in my top 10.
He made 50 extra points and only missed one.
Yeah.
He really is, he's a legend when it comes to this, and you can pick him up and just roll with him throughout the season. You don't have to waste a draft pick on him or anything like that. You get him at the end of your draft and things like that. But, if he lands on a team, yeah. I mean, if I got no other choice, I'm sitting there looking at these other names. I'm like, next one up. I'm not taking, to be honest, I'm not taking Chase McLaughlin. I'm not taking Greg Zuerlein. I'm not taking Riley Patterson.
I might.
Graham Gano.
With Greg the Leg, because he's playing with the Jets this year, and I expect that offense to be a lot more efficient this year than last year.
Yeah.
So he was someone who I kind of flirted with putting in my top 10. Just based off the offense that he's in.
And most people have him between 12 and 15, and I can totally see that as well. And his strength of schedule, it's
he
a
was
good
your
schedule.
number 10 kicker last year.
It's a good schedule for him.
So
but yeah, that's good.
But hey, kickers, you got to have one, right?
Am I right?
It's the law. You just kind of have to. I don't know, man. But hey, guys, thank you so much for listening. Did we miss a kicker? Is there someone? Are you upset because we didn't put your kicker in the top 10? Let us know. Shoot us over an email, strikeupbeer@gmail.com, or comment on this video. Just hit that button and say, you guys are dumb. You should have put, hold on, let me scroll down a little bit. You should have put Greg Joseph in your top 10. Whatever. Hey, thank you guys so much for listening, watching. We love you guys. As always, I'm Alan.
Robert Dave.
Talk to you guys later. Deuces.
Kickers for life.
What about Mason Crosby? Thanks for listening to SB Fantasy Football Podcast.
Did you miss your deadline to renew your Medicaid coverage? You can still send your completed annual review form to Healthy Connections Medicaid. You may be assigned to another health plan, but you can ask to come back to First Choice within 60 days of renewed Medicaid eligibility. It's your family. It's your choice. First Choice is the right choice. Renew and choose us. Visit selecthealthofsc.com/renew to learn more.
This morning in the Atlanta airport, no one's missing a meal on Mac Wilburn's watch. With 11 restaurants to serve passengers, he's got dining for every destination. And it all started when Mac talked with First Horizon Bank about opening a franchise in the airport. Now it's open for business and cleared for takeoff. First Horizon Bank. Let's find a way. Go to firsthorizon.com/Mac. First Horizon Bank, member FDIC.